So from 1398 to 1562, the Malwa Sultanate exists. Several dynasties will sit on the throne, right? Several dynasties will sit on the throne here. And they all will play some interesting roles. I would try and highlight wherever it is consequential for us, all right? Malwa, if you look at its location, I think I should also make a point here. This is Rajputana, right? So Malwa, if you look at it locationally, it was like the trunk road between the surplus producing area of Doha and the seaports. Similarly, it was also the trunk road which joined Uttar Bharat to Dakshin Bharat. Right? So it was a very, very strategic location. Right? At Malwa Sultanate, as I'm telling you, Ghurids were the first one to lay claim here. The founder is Dilawar Khan. The founder is Dilawar Khan, isn't it? Yeah. But the most important ruler is Hoshang Shah. Hoshang Shah of Malwa. He is considered as the most important ruler. The Ghurids only rule for 35 years and they are, replaced by a very long-lasting Khaljis. They are a branch of Khaljis. 1436 to 1531, almost 100 years. Right? And their kings, they are in continuous struggle with Gujarat, Mewar. I will be talking about Rajputs today. Right? So Mahmud Khilji, he has a conflict with Rana Kumbha of Mewar. Similarly, Mahmud II, he fights with Kumbh's grandson Sanga. Right? The Khiljis, they are defeated in 1531, if you recall, by Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. Bahadur Shah, he defeated and captured Malwa. And not only this, he quickly lost it to Humayun. And then Humayun himself lost the throne of Delhi to Sher Shah Suri. And then Sher Shah Suri died. And the governor, the Suri governor of Malwa, Shujat Ali Khan, became independent. He had a son, Baz Bahadur, who rules for 5 years and is finally defeated by Akbar. Right? Baz Bahadur, and in fact these, Malwa Sultanate, they are known for their wonderful architecture, which is found visible at their capital in Mandu. Right? So this is a small bit of trajectory of the people who will come and rule in Malwa. This is Mandu. Notice Gondwana, a very large kingdom. I will be speaking about them as well. So, Mandu was renamed Shadiabad. Mandu was renamed as Shadiabad. And a strong fort was constructed. Hoshang Shah, he rules for almost 30 years. Right? He is known for architectural taste. Some of the buildings which he began constructing, the plans, etc., they indicate his aesthetic taste in architecture. He is also known for his bravado. At one point of time, this fellow invaded Orissa in a disguise, right, of a horse merchant, and managed to get the finest of their horses. Right? His religious views are a point of contention. Some people try and paint him as a bigot. Others try and paint him as a secular person under whom Mohammedans and Hindus all lived peacefully. I think we need to have a balanced approach here, right? He did encourage temple construction, that is true, and he did invite Rajputs to come and settle down, right? All that is definitely true. He captured Gond kingdom. He captured Gond kingdom of Kerala. That entire Gond kingdom, that entire Gondwana region, which I just showed you in the map, it was divided into several kingdoms ruled by Gond people, the tribes. Some of them were very powerful. I will mention a couple, right? So after Hoshang Shah, the Khaljis came into power, right? And then I told you how the things moved and how Akbar came to capture it. This is a look at the buildings of Mandu. This is the tomb of Hoshang Shah, one of the earliest buildings in marble. Similarly, Jami Masjid, Hindola Mahal, Jahaz Mahal, and palaces of Baz Bahadur and Roopmati, they are considered. This is Jahaz Mahal, for example. This is Jahaz Mahal. It is built in the middle of two artificial lakes, and it seems as if it is floating like a ship. Hence the name. Unlike Gujarat's style of architecture, Mandu architecture was massive, and they constructed huge plinths to make it look big, to make it look large. This is a plinth. This is a plinth. This is another view of Hindola Mahal. Look at the way the walls are slanting. Hence the name Hindola, swinging palace. Okay, I am gradually building into the most important power of the times. Rana Sanga, I am gradually building into them. I am gradually building into, Mewar. Okay, so Chittor, right? Chittor. I'm going to talk about one event, in two different ways. Try and understand what I'm trying to tell you, right? Okay, so Malwa is a very, under Khaljis, it became pretty hostile towards Gujarat as well as towards Mewar. And at one point of time, the Malwa Sultan, Mahmud I, right? He decides to invade the region of Mewar. And he also signs an alliance with Gujarat. At that point of time, Mewar is being ruled by Rana Kumbha. He defeats them in 1440s, right? And he restores the throne. He restores the throne to Malwa. But the conflict stays put. Between the two. Gradually, what you can sense is in early 1500s, Malwa is declining as a power. The last Khilji ruler turns out to be Mahmud Khilji II. And he is in a pretty bad shape. He is not able to control his nobles. And as a result, he invites Medini Rai. A Purabia, a military official from Purabia region, also called as Rai Chand Purabia. He is from northeastern Malwa. just next to Bundelkhand, Chanderi and all that region. So he invites Medini Rai. Who's Medini Rai? Medini Rai is somebody who is a mercenary, who arranges troops. And he takes over the kingdom, becomes the wazir. Now soon, all the Muslim nobility, they do not like this and they start conspiring. Mahmud also joins them because he's not happy. Mahmud II is not happy with the way power of Medini has increased, has gone up. They secretly, in 1517, they secretly, Mahmud and his all Muslim nobles, they invite Sultan of Gujarat to come and invade Malwa and free them from Medini Rai. Gujarat obliges. Medini approaches Mewar, which is being ruled by Rana Kumbha's grandson, Rana Sanga. And Rana Sanga and Medini Rai together, they defeat once again. इनके दादा ने भी किया था. He is also repeating the same act. They defeated Gujarat and Malwa combined. Right? And that's how Malwa started getting truncated. I have given you one imprint of Malwa. I will come back to it. I'll come back to it. This is Rana Sanga, right? This is Rana Sanga. Now let's have a look at another kingdom which I promised you guys. This is a very lesser known kingdom amongst us. It is the kingdom of Gondwana. This includes primarily your Madhya Pradesh, Berar, northern Telangana. All this was once known as Gondwana. Right? यहाँ पर, several autonomous territories are present where so many tribes are living. Yet there have been 4 major Gond kingdoms who have ruled over this region. The most important of all them is Garha Katang or Garha Mandal of Jabalpur. This is in north. Look at their timeline. They have been existing for around 700 years, from 1300 to 1789. They were centered around the region of Jabalpur. One of their very brave queen was Rani Durgamati, who fought against Akbar's forces. Similarly, there was one kingdom at Devgarh. This is in 16th, 17th and 18th century. Then we have Chanda and Kerala. There are many tribes, common history, culture, languages, etc. A look at a map. This is Sultanate. This is Sultanate under Lodhis. This map is of around 1500. Lodhis under Sikandar were resurging. Notice Malwa. Medini Rai is dominating here. This is the Rajput Confederacy under Rana Sanga of Mewar. Right? And this right here is Gondwana. This is what we're studying. This is Rani Durgavati. She was ruling from 1550 to 64, the kingdom of Garkatang, right? Or Garmandal. She first defeated Baz Bahadur. Baz Bahadur, Baz Bahadur, you remember Baz Bahadur, Malwa, last ruler, right? Rupmati wale, right? Mandu wale. So he tried to invade because Gondwana kingdom was going through a succession crisis. The king was dead and his son was a minor. So he thought maybe he can use this. But he was defeated. He was defeated badly. And later Akbar defeated Baz Bahadur, captured Malwa. And these two kingdoms, the Mughals and the Gondwanas, they became neighbors. Mughals attacked. She resisted very bravely. But when, it was clear that she is going to lose any which way, she killed herself. Instead of surrendering, she decided that she is going to die. She was a Chandel princess. Another legend associated with Rajput bravery. The Rajput woman demonstrating what is valor. Right? And inspiring female, Rani Durgavati of Jabalpur. This is Jabalpur, right? This is Jabalpur region. Her, date, the date on which she died, it is celebrated in the region as Balidan Divas. It is celebrated in the region as Balidan Divas. Now let's look at at a very important piece of this entire jigsaw puzzle. The Rajput Stage, right? Inko bhi to thoda samjho. They are very important for us. They are very important for us. Right? So let's try and understand. Okay? The map is also very, very nice for us, useful for us. Okay, let's proceed. So the Rajputs, right? You remember, last we heard of Rajputs was when they got defeated in Ranthambore. When they got defeated by Alauddin Khilji. After Chauhans of Ranthambore fell, there were other new Rajput families who started emerging. Right? Couple of them will be important in this context. Rathors of Marwar, they emerged in 1460s. They rule this entire, Bikaner, Jodhpur region. Rathors of Marwar, they become a very strong power. This is Marwar or Jodhpur region. This is the Muslim garrison town or province of Nagaur, which had Ajmer as its center. And as you can expect, there was a lot of hostility among the Rajput states present here and, the governor of Nagaur. This is Mewar or Udaipur region. This is Mewar or Udaipur region. Right? This is the coat of arms of Rathors. ये Rathors का emblem है, देखो रणबंका Rathor. Okay. Now let's have a look at Mewar region. That is where the precious key to all this, fascinating account lies. The entire Mewar region was known as Medhapat. And Gohelas, they ruled this region. The Gohelas were ruling it as vassals of Gurjar Pratihar. And they had two capitals as well, Nagada and Aha. In 12th century CE, these Gohelas, they break into two branches. The senior branch, they are known as Raval of Chittor. These Ravals were defeated when Alauddin Khilji came here. Remember Padmavat. So this is basically, Shahid Kapoor. Right? So that guy. This is Raval branch. It was ended by whom? It was ended by Alauddin Khilji. However, The junior branch, they are called as Ranas of Sisod. Sisod must be a village or a town somewhere around that place, I'm guessing. Ranas of Sisod. It is these Ranas of Sisod who establish the Sisodia dynasty of Mewar. They established the Sisodia dynasty of Mewar. They are called as Ranas of Sisodia. Rana Hamir, he is credited. Rana ho gaye dekho abhi. There are no more Ravals. So the Rana Hamir, he is the fellow who conquered back Chittor. Alauddin had captured Chittor. So Rana Hamir captured Chittor back. When? We cannot say, but he did. Right? Rana Kumbha, who is ruling from 1433 to 1468, was a very, very powerful ruler. This is the coat of arms. This is the coat of arms of Mewar. The Sisodias. These are Sisodias, isn't it? This is Mahavir Maharana Kumbh. Right? He was a very powerful ruler. I told you he defeated Malwa and Gujarat. And not only that, he constructed a Kirti, a Vijay Stambha. I'm so sorry. He constructed a Vijay Stambha at Chittor. Right? In 15th century. By the way, I think I should also, warn you. There is a very similar looking tower. It is called as Kirti Stambha. It is a giant tower. It is also present in Chittor Fort. But it is made by a giant merchant. That one is called as Kirti Stambha. This one is called as a Vijay Stambha. That one is older. I think it's 11th or 12th century. This one is 15th century. This was made by Rana Kumbha. Right? Rana Kumbha. He is the fellow. Right? He was a very wonderful patron of art and architecture. Sadly, he was killed by Uday Karan, his own son, in 1468. And after that, there was utter chaos in Mewar. There was utter chaos in Mewar. Till the phoenix arose. This is the phoenix I'm talking about, Rana Sanga. He was the grandson of Kumbh and he became the king in 1509. And he started taking a lot of interest in the breakup of Malwa. Especially when Medini Rai approached him. Especially when Medini Rai approached him. That Mahmud too is weak. He was not able to control his new nobles and that is why he got me. Now he is feeling challenged by me and he has called Gujarat. So Rana said that this is his time then. Rana at this point of time was ready. Right? And Rana fought against Delhi, Malwa, Gujarat. Had a large army, strong treasury. He wanted to build the supremacy of Mewar on the breakup of the Delhi Sultanate. Therefore, a fierce battle between Rana Sanga and anybody who harbored ambitions in North India was inevitable. Battle of Khandwa, which Rana Sanga fought against Babur, was a culmination. Rana Sanga and Medini, they defeated easily. Gujarat and Malwa combined. And again, Rana very diplomatically, he restored Malwa. And only took eastern half away. That means the entire Medini Rai region, the entire Chanderi region. He is now right next to Bundelkhand now. So he very interestingly took very strategic point. Area till Chanderi was his. And of course, who would not be very happy with this development? The Lodhis. Ibrahim Lodhi, he invaded Mewar, suffered heavy losses, and Rana Sanga was poised to become the most important power in North India. And this is the stage when Babur also enters the scene. This is the emblem. Imperial emblem of Mughals. And this is the flag of a Mughal dynasty, right? The Mughal dynasty, the wonderful Mughal dynasty, who really put India on top of a lot of things, isn't it? Chaliye, with that, I think this will be my last slide. Yeah, it is my last slide. Hope you liked the idea. Now, the second, there will be one more map that I would like to discuss, somewhere around this theme only. I would also like to talk about Jaunpur, a bit of Kashmir, a bit of Vijayanagar and Bahmani, if I feel like, right? Because Bahmani and Vijayanagar, I believe you guys already know much more. So unless I have something new to offer, I will not waste your time nor mine. Okay? God bless you. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.